Hi, I'm Alex Hochberger, founder and CEO of Web3 Enabler, the Salesforce blockchain partner. I'm going to be joined in just a moment with Rudy Thorsteinson, the Director of Customer Success and Product Innovation from BitRank Verified. Hi, Rudy.
Hey, Alex, how are you?
Fantastic. And yourself?
Not too bad. Thanks for having me.
Oh, we're excited. We think that this is a fantastic opportunity, a fantastic partnership, and we're really looking forward to sharing that with our audience. So, why don't you start by introducing yourself and BitRank Verified?
Yeah, no, for sure. So, like you mentioned, I lead our customer success team here at Blockchain Intelligence Group and BitRank Verified. So essentially, I work closely with our partners, financial institutions, ATM companies, law enforcement, essentially everyone that interacts with the digital asset space, not only in the private side, but the private sector side. So I work closely with them just to make sure that they're getting the most out of our tools and maximum efficiency, ultimately to solve the issues that we're all trying to solve, which is the compliance aspect.
All right, you're touching upon compliance, and I totally understand why law enforcement would be interested. But if I'm a sales or customer support driven organization and I'm doing consumer or B2B marketing, why do I want BitRank Verified?
Ultimately, we're there to reduce risk, right? I think we all know the crypto space. We can see every transaction and every address that's ever occurred. We're really trying to allow businesses to make informed decisions about how they're interacting with digital assets and reducing that risk or that exposure to potential fraud or crime or counterparty risk, as we like to call it. So we're just trying to eliminate that in this brand new financial world.
Okay, so give us an example. I'm selling widgets to Dubai. How do I have BitRank Verified to kind of protect me as I'm getting paid in, say, Tether on Tron or USDC on Coinbase? Like, let's walk us through where you guys come in.
For sure. Ultimately, at the end of the day, tools like BitRank, we're data products. We are gathering millions of data points through multiple different channels, and that is open source. We have internal teams. We have algorithms that are running to try to identify and de-anonymize who controls certain wallets and where that risk level is. So if you're a business, you're doing transactions with an organization in Dubai or internationally, we are analyzing that counterparty wallet that has been provided for risk, trying to see, has this been associated to any other nefarious activity? Are they good? Are they compliant? Is there anything to be worried about before that transaction or the movement of those funds occur?
Okay. And just for our audience who hasn't necessarily seen it, I'm going to walk us through how BitRank Verified integrates with Web3 Enabler and Salesforce. So you can see here an account wallet for in the Ethereum network. This is the core of Web3 Enabler. A mapping between this wallet address and the Ethereum network is what we call an account wallet, and any inbound or outbound transactions would occur. So anytime a new account is connected to an account wallet, you can see the start BitRank score, and we automatically pull it when the wallet is first connected, and we pull it again when a transaction takes place. So on the left, you see an example of BitRank Verified data as it comes to us, which is a big JSON object with, as you mentioned, counterparty exposure. When was it updated? What was the volume? What sort of entities? What currency? And then on the right, you see the flags and the entities and the counterparty exposure. And you can see here where it comes into a transaction. Here you see a blockchain payments inbound blockchain transaction. You see the transaction, that it's Bitcoin. You look in the bottom right, you see that it was scored 0 on the currency. So in this case, we had some risk factors, I believe.
Correct. Right? Correct. Yeah. So sorry, not to interrupt, but for the BitRank scoring model, just so everyone here can understand, all the way down to 0 is high risk, up to 100 is excellent, and 50 is that baseline where there might not be enough data to really determine if there is risk or not. But that scoring model kind of clearly defines where the risk levels are in certain chunks.
So in terms of that, we talked a little about the flag. So this example data we had has one where the input over 10,000, seen on a forum, dark market deposit. what are some of the flags we can look for, and what might a company want to do with that?
Oh, for sure. We have thousands of different flags, depending obviously on what type of data or attribution we've sourced. Dark market is obviously a high risk type of attribution. We clearly do not want to, or hopefully do not want to be interacting with any known dark market entities. The flags can be as simple as just fraud. They can also be identifying actions. So we do have flags for simple things as receiving withdrawals from certain entities and exchanges. That is not risky in itself, but we do provide just more details and more context of who an address is interacting with. So the flags can be many different things in short, depending on what the data our system sees and is providing to you, the end user, to make an informed decision of, is this what we want to allow or not?
So can you think of a flag that would matter for a bank, but wouldn't matter for an e-commerce vendor?
For a bank, for sure. I mean, a lot of the times, country, region, licensing, all of these different factors weigh into the risk level of even crypto exchanges itself. So if you're a bank, funds are maybe coming in and out of a crypto exchange. A client is receiving funds or sending funds to a high-risk entity. Obviously, there's a lot of different scenarios that can be done when it comes to the banks. It's the risk level and I guess the international risk or regional risk that can be found within the BitRank score that banks like to look at. They want to know, is this a compliant exchange and where are they located? Where is this entity located? So they can kind of make their own judgment internally.
Right. So you talked about making their own judgment. So one of the things we talked about is why this is so powerful in Salesforce and Salesforce flow. So you can see here an example flow, and let's go see here. It's a record triggered flow. It starts when something happens. And then here we have 2 email alerts, but they could really be anything. They could be Slack notifications. They could be an SMS. They could be a Telegram notification, anything you have tied into your Salesforce org. So to give Rudy's example a little life here, maybe for my company, I'm concerned if the score is below 40 and includes dark market or terrorism or money laundering. Mm-hmm. Right. I look at all those flags and data points he has for these counterparty exposures, and I make some rules based on that. And in this case, I'm going to notify the sales rep. And then if this order has an email associated with it, we'll go in and send them an email. So here it's a thank you email. And maybe you're going to send them a thank you, but the thank you lets you know it's going to take 48 to 72 hours to ship. And then you might add another option right after the thank you that says send a Slack notification to the compliance team that says, look, here's order number 4357, go and do so. So at Web3 Enabler, we know everyone's business is different, and that's why you're running Salesforce. So what we think is very important is, given these flags, you can make sure these rules. Input over 10,000 probably doesn't matter if I am shipping large items, right? If I'm shipping helicopter parts to Brazil, well, everyone's going to be dealing in large funds, right? If I'm dealing with a t-shirt company, well, it may be concerning if you're dealing with large funds in your wallet when you're buying a t-shirt from me. So we think that it's very important that for your business, you kind of set those rules and your agenda. So that's what we're really excited for. And for anyone who's not seen so, BitRank Verified, full dashboard, totally configurable on their app, and we bring all the data in with just an API key. So, Rudy, is there a few other things you can think of that people would use and how they would use BitRank Verified to, within their Salesforce or not, just be more successful?
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, BitRank is used anywhere that organizations or individuals interact with crypto to reduce risk. That's a simple aspect. A lot of it does depend on region. It's a truly international monetary system blockchain. So it's not a one rule fits all. Depends where you're located, North America, Europe, wherever it may be, or who you're interacting with. So it is a very flexible tool. There's a lot of different use cases, but ultimately for businesses, at the end of the day, allows you to make informed decisions of risk or exposures when interacting or dealing with digital assets. So that's why it's a perfect fit.
I lost Rudy. Let's Let's see if he comes back. Okay. Hopefully he'll come back in a few moments. He seemed to froze. But yeah, essentially where we are looking together is BitRank Verified takes all of that data that is risk related and informative and brings it into your Salesforce org. This lets you build your automations, as we saw. You can build your reporting. You can connect it to your data cloud. Anywhere you need this data, it's now standard Salesforce data, and you're able to make it work. So I guess we lost Rudy. Yeah. Okay. But thank you, Rudy, for coming on. Thank you for BitRank Verified. And, leave any questions in the comments, and Rudy and I will do our best to answer them all. So thank you for coming in. And, we're excited. Take a look at bitrankverified.com. Take a look at Web3 Enabler. And